Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Hey, the heat is here.
Oh my gosh, it's warm. It's so warm out today.
I think there's gonna be slush.
There might be slush. I'm surprised Rachel's not here in a tank top.
I know.
Well, I thought about it, but I couldn't find.
You couldn't find your tank top?
Couldn't find it.
Okay.
Stowed
Maybe
away.
next time. Yeah, I thought about it too, but then I was like, no one wants to see that. So. Good morning, everybody. We're back.
I feel like it's been a month, but it's been 2 weeks. It's been a long week.
Right? It's been a long year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good morning. We had a little change of plans. We're going to have a guest, but never fear, we will have her on soon. Just like us, life happens. And so we'll get our guest back next week, hopefully, or in a few weeks, whenever works for her. But let's introduce this show. We are affectionately calling it Things That Make Us Go, because there's a lot of that going on right now. We'll try to stick to real estate, but there's a lot of things that make us go,
Yeah, there is a lot of things.
Yeah. So, well, let's introduce it. My name is Courtney Barstead Logan. I'm a realtor with Remax Grand and on social media as Grand Cities Living. You can also sometimes find us with our butts in our seats at 1375 South Columbia Road, Suite G, Grand Forks, North Dakota 58201. For licensing purposes. There we go. And I'm going to toss it to my partner in crime, Kim Efta.
Hey, I am Kim Efta with Remax Grand and my Grand Cities on social media. And it's some days I feel like I'm there more than you just because I am a butt in a chair sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot. You got an assistant and you've got stuff going on.
Yeah.
You've got projects.
I do. Yeah. And but I think if you want to look for a home, you can always go to remax.com for licensing purposes.
Look at that. Weaving it in.
Yeah, we'll get them all in. And then we'll throw it to Rachel.
The newly licensed.
Yes, newly licensed Rachel.
She's going to start paying bills now, folks.
I'm Rachel Madden, and I'm officially a buyer's agent at Remax Grand. You can follow me on Instagram, but there's nothing. Whoa,
Sorry.
Courtney.
Jeez.
there's nothing real estate related yet.
We'll
Just
get it.
personal.
Yeah.
We'll get it there.
Okay.
It takes time. It took us years. So
Yeah.
Years. Here we are.
Still working on it.
Here we are. Well, like I said, we were going to have a guest this morning, but life happens, and so wishing her well. But things that make us go, and this is kind of national trends too.
Yeah, because I was like, oh crap, we got to change our
Kim's
our
like,
show
what are we
today.
going to talk about? And I was like, I have so much to talk about.
I have
right
nothing.
now. So maybe this is event session. I don't even know. My hair is bugging me. Maybe it's event sesh. I'm not even sure. But I know last week on social media I had posted about like finding the right agent for being a buyer's agent, finding the right agent for you for a seller's agent. And not just grabbing because someone, maybe sent you a postcard or you saw them on a park bench or whatever.
Are you making fun of me?
Yeah. Believe me, you don't spam the postcards like everybody. But I'm primarily right now working with buyers. I have a few listings, but I have a lot more buyers. And I'm just going to put an example out there that's real world. I have two buyers, for example. One, we went and looked at a property and we asked some questions about it. And I still, as of today, let's see, it's been 6 days and I haven't received a response regarding a question we had asked about the property. So there's that.
Wow.
So yeah, and I see that it's still on the market. So if you are looking to sell your house and you think it doesn't really matter who you choose, perhaps do that. My buyer has since decided they don't want to look at that property further because there's been some red flags that have come up because of the responses we've received. So that's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, I know. Yep. And then a second one was hoping to see on Sunday, and they were going to check with their buyer because they weren't sure about the schedule. And that was Sunday. Today is Tuesday. Again, still haven't received a response. So I'm not 100% sure what the status of the property is. So if my buyer wants to see it, I guess I'm going to have to check again. So if your house is listed and you're wondering why you're not getting any showings,
Check your text.
check your text.
Yeah, well, like this weekend too, we Rachel, we're getting excited to get her out there as a buyer agent, and we were contacting listings to see if we could get in there, and all of a sudden we get a text, you can only look at, or you can't look at that home on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Good to
Like,
know.
that's I mean, weekends are a big time.
Yep.
For buyers to look at property.
Yep.
Because you can't really do nighttime showings in our market because it's dark. Well, now it's a little lighter later.
Yeah.
But it's getting dark, and usually it was 5 p.m. Now it's about 6. So we like to do weekend showings. And when we
Sure.
get told that we can't show a house on a Sunday,
Yep.
we're like, well,
So that's a day.
that's
whole
all day. And they
Yep.
said because they're both rented, and it's like, oh my gosh, like
Yep.
that's a big day
Yeah.
of showings. So
Yep. Yeah, and rentals are hard, and I think that, we explain that to our buyers too, to say, hey, it's rented, here's the status. Like, we got to really be flexible with it, but a whole day is tough when, if I was a landlord, I'd be like, listen, they're going to be coming on Sunday. Like, what if I gave you $20 and you went and sat at ground around for a while?
and that's exactly it. It's like, get them out of there.
Get them out of there. Yeah, yeah. Do something. So,
And I know they feel like there's stuff, like that's the thing when you're showing property and that is rented, tenants oftentimes want to stay at the showing.
Yeah.
And the tenants tend to tell a lot of stuff about the house that
It's kind of nice.
that as you're representing a buyer, you kind of like to hear the
I love
disclosures
it.
that the tenants let out.
Yeah.
But as a listing agent, I don't want them there
Yeah.
because they overtell and they will tell a lot.
Yeah. Especially if they're mad that it's being sold.
Yes. Those are interesting times.
Yeah. Kim and I follow a national social media real estate meme.
broke
I don't
agent,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but
You're
there
on
was
there.
one yesterday you want to mention, and it's kind of
It just goes along with the
Frustrating, yeah.
whole kind of laziness that we can, or unprofessionalism, I should say, that we are seeing more often. And it was just funny because it's like a text exchange happening between two agents, a buyer agent and a listing agent. And the buyer agent's like, hey, is there going to be more photos? And the listing agent goes, no, I don't need to. Offers are going to be presented tomorrow at 5.
yeah.
And it was just like, whoa.
I know.
I'm like, I haven't seen that quite in our market. Thank goodness. I hope we can all remain professional. And I mean, we're trying to get the best for our sellers too when we do list property.
Yeah.
But that one, I was like, whoa. Or,
Things are going. It reminded me of one. I want to say this was, I think it was last fall, and it went up on like a Tuesday morning, and there was a open house that night, and then they were going to be reviewing offers, and I was like, what? Like, what's even happening? And I get, at that time maybe it was like a hot market, but I'm like,
it's a Tuesday.
yeah, it's a Tuesday, and
Not even like a Friday.
yeah. And I was like, my clients got in there, that's fantastic. But I thought, okay, so now you're going to limit it to those people that were able to see it and not maximize, the opportunities for your seller, which that's fine. That is your right as a seller. But you now maybe I had a cash buyer the next day where now you've only got,
FHA.
which is great, fine. You can go with that financing. That's completely fine. But now you're really limiting yourself because you're maybe as a listing agent not wanting to do the work. I don't know. I have no idea.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I had somebody interested.
I
That was a head scratcher for sure.
Yeah. And and I think too, like, clients they're smart. They're reading stuff online, and so, the one where I still am waiting for a response 6 days later, we were going through a lot of information with my client who's from afar, and she was like, this is blowing my mind that these are the responses we're receiving and that this isn't disclosed. And I was like, yep, I get it. And, I was like doing our best, but we can only do our best. And we want to make sure that what we're doing as a buyer's agent is reflecting professionally, even if we can't
Can't get
that.
the professional
So,
answer. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, and that's
it's-
kind of where my motto for the year is just say no, especially when there's awkward situations. Like, I'm like, just no, we're
Yeah.
not, just everything, no,
yeah.
not dealing with awkwardness right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, we'll fight tooth and nail to get that information if that's your house. But woo, baby, I can only do so much, man.
Yeah.
So, other things that are going out there.
Should I do the Ring doorbell one? Did I talk about
Yeah,
that before?
no.
Oh my gosh. That
This
one
one's
went,
scary.
Oh yeah,
that one,
this is a public safety announcement.
yeah, this is for all agents in the market. And even if you have a Ring doorbell or a security system on your house, I was looking at a vacant property with my mother. My mom came with me. And my seller said, hey, can you go over there, check out the properties, tell me if it's clean? And I'm like, sure can. I know they have a Ring doorbell. They watch it like a hawk. So I remember opening the door up and waving at the Ring doorbell just because I know they're watching it. And I just know that. And I'm in the property not even 5 minutes. And I get a text message from the sellers going, why did you put a black piece of tape over the Ring doorbell camera? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, what?
Seems like something you do.
Yeah, I'm like, I waved at you. Like, you saw me wave at
Yeah.
you as I entered the property. And then, I get out there and there's black tape over the Ring doorbell camera. So then I didn't think much of it. I took the tape off, of course, and just like, whatever. That wasn't me. That's kind of strange. So I just kind of went about my day the rest of the day. And then I was telling my husband at dinner, I'm like, hey, listen to this story. And he just freaked out. Like, what in the hell? Like, you got to get this called in. Like, you need to call the cops. Like, this is not good, Kim. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I reached out to my sellers and I told them, like, hey, we got to figure this situation out because that was not me. Can you look through your camera one more time? And she did. And they zoomed in on the pictures and it was somebody else put black tape while I was in the property with an unlocked car in the driveway. And the
And it's a
door was
busy
open.
street.
Yeah, and the door was open. Like, a key, I always leave my key in
Yeah.
the door of the
Yeah.
house, so like I don't lose keys. I mean, there could have been bad situations that happened, so bad on my part, but it kind of woke me up, going, okay, be smart next time.
Yeah, it's
But that meant, huh?
yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
what the heck is happening?
It's, I think just say no mentality that you have right now. But,
Yeah.
I had said this to another broker from another company. We were talking and he was like, yeah, I miss doing open houses or whatever. And I said, I don't miss doing them. I will do them if a seller is adamant. I haven't done one since pre-COVID, pre-baby, but I will do one if a seller is like adamant, wants to do it, but I'm bringing someone else with me. I usually have a lender with me or another agent.
Yep.
The last one I did, I was pregnant and I had someone come in, and luckily another person came in and kind of, you could tell they sensed the mood of maybe that other person. It was a vacant house and they kind of stuck around and small chatted with me, and you could tell they were waiting for that person to leave. And I thought, you know what? It's not in today's day and age. It's just not. And if your home is occupied, I think that's something we talk to our sellers about, because like, newsflash, a lot of times, and I have had other agents tell me this, that they do open houses so they can get, not to sell that house, but to get leads
For buyers.
And I share that with my sellers, but if your home is occupied, I've had buyers that told me one time, we were in a bedroom and they caught somebody grabbing medication. They said they ran out the front door, and they said that solo agent standing there was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, no, I don't want somebody digging through your stuff. I don't want people in your home that might be, maybe they're sick with COVID. And I also want to make sure that they're pre-qualified, that they're coming with an agent, that they are there not just to be nosy Nellies. And so I think, we're spinning off on the safety thing, but there's a lot of things to consider in that way. And that's, your personal safety to me is of utmost importance. I want to get your house sold, but I don't want your heirlooms to be.
Well, I remember my dad even saying when he was in a home with clients, and they had their family and everybody, like the buyer brought their entire group or whatever it was, and people were digging through the desk drawers looking for financial documents or to figure out if the seller was alive or not.
Yeah.
Like awkward. And yeah. So, I mean, that's just stuff where it's like, okay, lock up your stuff. We don't need these situations to happen anymore. It's awkward already sometimes with people. So just try to keep your stuff safe.
Yep. And if you're adamant, you think that open houses are the only way to sell your house, all the power to you, regardless of what kind of market it is.
We might not be the agent
We
for
might
you.
not be the agent for you.
And we will be happy to refer you to an agent that would. So we will find you the right agent that you want if you want those every 5 days.
Yeah. No, it's, we've done virtual open houses, which I know we've looked at the statistics on it. We can see how many people tune in comparison to an open house where, sometimes like, oh, I've had, yay, it was a big day. I had 6 people come, right?
And I didn't get any of their information.
And then we're doing a virtual open house where you can look at live, you're seeing 10 people tuning in, and then they're getting
sharing
the
it.
residual.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's do this. And then if they're interested, they can come with their agent or us.
Or contact us. Yeah.
So safety.
Take advantage of your technology and for your safety purposes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where and that's kind of the when we see homes where we lose out on a listing and we're like, oh, they went with somebody else.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of marketing are they gonna do?
What kind of marketing are they gonna do? Yeah. And that I think right now too, I think people are really leaning back, and I've had people say that like, well, you can just, do this or that because the market, it's such a seller's market. It's not. I mean,
it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's homes that, go right away, but there's homes that aren't going right away.
Nope.
So it's not completely like insane, crazy. Oh my gosh.
Nope.
It just depends on the home.
Yep.
So
yeah. And luckily for some buyers, they're getting in on those houses that have maybe been sitting a little longer. But Kim contacted a for sale by owner the other day. It's been on for a year in that neighborhood. That house should have been on for a day. So, and I've sold a few in that neighborhood last year.
what address? What house?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I'm not going to say it right now because we don't want to give it free marketing.
I don't contact all for sale owners, but I have contacted a few in the past couple of weeks. So I'm like, I can't remember.
We won't give them
Courtney.
free marketing on here, but I will say, let's see. I sold 1, 2, 3 in that neighborhood alone in that square.
Still confused.
Yep. And one never hit the market.
Shoot.
So
I'll think of it one day.
you will. I'll share afterwards, but we're not giving free marketing for sale by owner.
No.
So, yeah. So, but it's been on for a year. There it is. It should not be. So it doesn't mean you can just throw your house out. Also, price-wise, there was a for sale by owner that
I know which one you're talking about.
there's one right now that's
I would say at least 100,000.
it's high, and that's a friend of mine had shared it, and I was like, "Do you think that there's gold toilets in there?" Because I'm just a little confused on their pricing.
Yeah.
I'm perplexed.
Well, and the other thing that's funny about our market is we have a lot of absentee owners in our market or non-owner occupied homes. And I got a call once, I'd say a year and a half ago, and they're like, hey, we have this duplex on this busy road in Grand Forks.
Busy.
Do you think we could get 500,000 for
Whoa.
it? And I'm like, no. And I said, and I don't think I'm the agent for you if you want that. I said, if I take that listing, I need it for at least 10 years, and I still don't think it's going to be 500,000.
No.
But I'm like, just to give you perspective, because they're from a bigger market in a state that is crazy. I said 500,000 in our market is kind of in the golf course area.
Yeah.
Nice backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of considered high end here.
Yep.
This is not. I said it's a duplex. You're not getting 250 on each side. The entire thing is 250.
Yeah.
So he was thinking 250 on each side, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
No, sorry.
Sorry, guy.
Well, I think
Good try.
I think too right now some of the listings that people are seeing, specifically like new construction, they're listed pretty high, and then
The exact same comp comes on.
the exact same comp comes on that already maybe has like the fence, the deck, the different things added to it, the
Yeah.
window treatments. But I know I was explaining to a buyer right now. I said, okay, it's listed really high for a new construction, and you want to add a deck, which you have to, otherwise you're gonna have to have a trampoline to jump into your right. You're gonna have to, I don't know, it's a split level, and then you want to add a fence. and then window treatments, and then you're probably going to do, you know, like maybe a wet bar downstairs or, you know, whatever. Okay, thinking through that, you might want to sell for $550 once this is all said and done in a few years. Just thinking through that, right? This is not a $550 neighborhood.
No.
So like, how are, you know, if you're fine and that's your house and that's where you want to be, that's awesome. But if you're looking like, and I'm adding this, like, slow your roll, take a breath, because we want to be able to help you sell it too.
And
eventually.
you forgot about the specials. Yeah, so the specials on top of all that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I always kind of I'm one where I'm like, okay, let's write out all the numbers to show you the differences between the ones with specials and without specials, and if you have the funds to fix an older home, to get it to be nice like the newer home. I mean, there are other ways to get it to be the home you want.
Yeah. I think that goes back to really, and this is something I think that we focus on too. We're completely different agents in, you know, in what we do, but I think it's quality over quantity. And I'm working with this right now with a presentation I'm doing in a few weeks, but it's quality over quantity, where we could just go ahead and sell you that house because it's great, it's quick. Yep, let's do it, let's sell you. But if we don't take that time to really peel back the layers of the onion and say, I would like you to consider this, and this, versus like,
Let's go. Let's write.
oh, you like the house? Let's like write it up. Let's hurry up and do it.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not our style.
And I think I have that little bit of like, you know, I don't know, maybe I call it Catholic guilt, but like I have to tell you everything, and then you can take for what you want with it, and maybe that's too, you know, but it's been very helpful for people to sit back and consider and say, okay, thanks, you're right, because we got excited.
I was even like showing a property on Sunday with Rachel, and we get into the house with my clients, and I'm like, you guys, I think this is the house that a car drove through. And because I like totally forgot about that accident, and my client goes, oh my God, I know the guy who remodeled it. I'm like, oh, what did he say? He goes, oh, it wasn't very good, Kim. I'm like, okay, well, and then we started reading through the disclosure. Yep, it was the house that a car drove through. And all of us were like, okay, so not every agent would know that, especially a newer agent, like wouldn't know that unless you start going through the disclosure. But it didn't say a car drove through it on the disclosure. They just said they remodeled the lower level.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because a car drove through it.
Yeah. Oh my word.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. But it's just sharing that. I mean, obviously we're not going to be like, oh, here, because.
And they were interested in the property.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I probably ruined my sale, but I just wanted them to remind them that this is the house a car drove through.
I think we're a delicate balance of, we want to tell you the things that like we find to be important, but then there's also the like, we have a few, you know, other where we're like, holy cow, like let these folks go a little bit, you know, let them breathe. So it's, we want to make sure that you feel good and happy in the house, and that if you do have to sell in a few years, we're able to help you sell it too.
Yeah, please don't come back to me in 3 months to double your price. I had that happen.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Well, there's some things that made us go, today. Yeah. And I don't know, you know, listen, agents, be better. Come on, answer your text messages and your phone calls. And if you're too busy,
answer your dang phone.
Answer your effing phone.
Whoa.
And
Courtney, tell me how you really feel.
I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. If you're too busy.
You need to just still go door knock to their work, their part-time job.
Maybe. Or if it's their full-time job and they're too busy, maybe they need an eighth assistant. I don't know. But come on, people, like, help me help you. I have qualified buyers here that want to see your house and are ready to write an offer because they've written offers on other ones. But if you're
whatever.
I'll find my own listings. So that's why I'm fired up today.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
Courtney.
Hey, did you see the meme the other day where there's two types
Yes,
of agents?
yes, I did.
Ones that wear their brand and ones that don't.
Yeah,
Here's
I'm
me.
wearing my brand.
Okay, now show Kim's.
Swagged out. Like
There's
red pants.
Swagged people. Okay, show Kim's.
Oh, I have my shoes on too.
Oh, she has her shoes too. Yep. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'm out.
She's out. Yeah, she's
Decked
loud and proud.
out.
Hey, when you own the company, you
Yeah,
can do that.
right.
Yeah. And there's Rachel and I. I'm just happy to not be wearing like a hoodie or a sweatshirt, and I put a necklace on today. It's a big deal. really big
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, out of our lounge, I'm still in my lounge gear.
You have red hot pants on. She's like
Hot tamale.
hot tamale pants. All right, let's wrap this up before we get ourselves into trouble. And
Yeah.
say stuff. So we already have
FCC.
FCC. Awesome. Well, make sure that with everything you do today, you put a fork in it, and stay tuned for big stuff happening soon.
Yeah. Bye. Bye-bye.